Imagine a place where turquoise waters meet white sandy beaches, old citadels overlook lovely villages, and rocky mountains offer spectacular vistas around every turn. Corsica is France's hidden gem and a paradise waiting to be discovered. From sunbathing on beautiful beaches to hiking through pristine nature reserves, this guide will show you Corsica's greatest attractions. For history buffs, nature lovers, and calm escapees, Corsica has something for everyone. Join us as we uncover the hidden gems of this Mediterranean gem. Number 1. Hike the GR20 Acca Fraile Monte. Most French people associate Corsica with the beaches and the mythical 200-kilometer, 124-mile walking track from Calenzana to Conca. One of Europe's hardest hikes, it takes an experienced hiker 16 days and a refuge each night. You need not hike the whole thing. You can hike part of a day and get a taxi or finish or start in Visavona and take a train. The steep, rocky northern section is the hardest. The southern section is softer and flatter. This hike is not suggested for children under 12 and should only be done with proper gear. This should only be done in June-August. Snow may obstruct the path earlier in the year, and the refugees are unattended. Number 2. Explore the island by train. If Corsica's twisty roads or GR20 hikes don't appeal, take the train. The line travels north from Ajaccio to Ponte Lecce in central Corsica, 2 hours 40 minutes, then west to Calvi, 1 hour 50 minutes, or east to Bastia, 1 hour 45 minutes. The train winds through the mountains, offering stunning views of Corsica's highest peak, Monte Cinto, 2706 meter per 8,878 feet. Stone villages that appear to have grown out of granite rocks, fields of sheep and goats whose milk is turned into pungent Corsican cheeses, rivers, and gorges, occasionally winding back on itself so you can see the railway line below. Press the button adjacent to the train door to leave at optional stops. To board the train at the optional station, wave to the driver. Number 3. Find Bastia's historic heart. Tourists overlook Corsica's commercial hub, Bastia. That's too bad, because the town was designed for its 52,000 residents rather than tourists and has much to do for a day. Terra Vecchia, the city's historic center, surrounds the port. Corsica's largest church, St. John the Baptist, was built in the 1600s and finished in the 1860s with a facade and bell towers. Do not be frightened to stroll the narrow streets of this small town and wonder how some of the gray and beige crumbling buildings that surround each other are still standing. Look for the small niches in the facades with a painted statue of a saint and question the safety of a tangle of electrical wires as you pass the vast church and onto the southern side. Then up the beautiful imperial staircase known as the Falata a Gabella into the Terra Nova. There's a lift 150 meter per 492 feet beyond the staircase. Number 4. Don't miss Les Calanques de Piana. These red and pink calanques, small, steep-sided granite valleys or inlets, are part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site on the west coast between Calvi and Ajaccio and cannot be missed. The ideal approach comes from Piana. As you carefully drive north along the narrow road winding through rocks and scrub bushes, the rocks begin to grow larger, fashioned into fantastic shapes that each person interprets differently. Where one sees a lion, another sees a human, and yet another sees a strange gargoyle. You will catch tempting glimpses of the sea far below. In the summer, the road becomes fairly congested, so do not stop on a bend to admire the vista. Number 5. Explore the historic churches of Cargese. This town south of Porto has Corsica's lone Greek Orthodox church and one of its most magnificent churches. Greek descendants of 617th century Ottoman refugees constructed St. Spiridon. By the mid-19th century, the community had outgrown its modest church and began building St. Spiridon in neo-Gothic style. A wooden iconostasis separates the altar and nave in Byzantine worship. It is beautifully decorated with gold-colored icons of saints and angels, some brought by the first Greeks and dating back to the 13th century. The church's walls are covered with paintings and the ceiling is dark blue with gold stars, lit by several large, multi-layered brass chandeliers. Number 6. Create rock art on the black sand beach of Nonza. Nonza sits on the northern side of a sheer cliff a third of the way along Cap Corsa's eastern coast. Beautiful views of the 150 meters, 492 feet, drop to the black beach below, one of Corsica's few that is rarely crowded in summer due to the more than 500 steps to reach there. Some brave souls descend to make patterns with light gray stones on black sand, as seen from above. A little hamlet plaza is a great place to rest under the plane trees with a refreshing drink, Corsican charcuterie, and a fountain tinkling. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the best things to do in Corsica, France. We hope you've been inspired to visit this stunning island and experience its beauty for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel guides and tips.